Gambling. In the past 2 years, online gambling has been blowing up like crazy. I mean, everyone's doing it. Streamers,
fucking back.
celebrities,
Oh my god.
even your average incel
See if you can get a
gambles.
little dubsky wubsky with this Johnny Johnson.
I mean, damn, even I've started gambling. Take a look at this photo right here. That's me with an extra $500. Gambling is awesome. It's literally free money.
For legal purposes, gambling is not free money and should not be considered a guaranteed or risk-free activity. Gamble at your own discretion.
Blah, blah, blah. That's what I would say if I was a loser. I gamble because I'm an idiot, but at least I'm a legal adult. And the same can't be said for 90% of players on Roblox.
Oh my god! Super face! Wait, did I win?
No, it was there!
Most Roblox games nowadays have some sort of spin and win RNG feature in their game. And honestly, I'm all for it. I'm not exactly the best at skill-based games, so I'll happily take whatever help I can get to not get whooped on by a 5-year-old. And I feel like we can all agree on that. The only way I'd be against RNG-based gameplay is if developers were to make it their main mechanic, add the ability to buy more RNG, make their entire game around luck-based gameplay, and turn their game into a literal glorified slot machine. But that would never happen. The first game on the chopping block. And before we go any further, I just want you to see what happened when I joined the game for the first time. Yeah, I actually had to end up buying a private server because all the public servers had too much fucking stimulus in them. It was arguably worse than Reels, which is hard to beat. Alright, so how do you actually play this? Well, you're gonna want to sit down for this because it's extremely complicated, and if you're not paying attention, then you're not gonna understand it. Alright, so do you see that roll button down there? For this game, what you'll need to do is click it. And from that roll, you will receive an aura, a cool equipable cosmetic that you can show off and flaunt to everybody. Some auras are more rare than others and have a crazy low chance of showing up. I am not kidding. That's literally the entire game. The entire game. And since the game was hard enough, they added an auto roll feature because clicking the roll button was too much work. And that's not even the worst part, because there's a game pass for 100 Robux called Quick Roll, letting you get through your slot machine rolls a little faster. Most people can see that this game is literally just a number generator with some flashy colors. So there's no way this game has like over 100 players. Look man, it's okay to have RNG in your game. Most great games do. But this is taking it a little too far. The game's slogan is literally, "Do you believe in your luck?" Like, what the fuck, dude? Okay, let's just do a quick breakdown of what the game actually is. The gameplay is shallow. The main mechanic is just a glorified slot machine. And whenever you get a rare roll, a cool and flashy cutscene plays with loud lights and sounds. Seems a bit familiar, don't you think? The game is gambling, period. We can all agree with that. But that's not even the main issue. We know that nobody above the age of 12 is genuinely playing this. So whenever a game is pushing gambling-like habits to its player base made up of primarily children, well, that's where stuff like this happens.
What the hell?
Buddy's gonna be chasing that high for the rest of his life. Hell, if I got that as a 10-year-old, my dopamine receptors would have been fried beyond saving. This game is literally just a dopamine simulator. But you know what? At least it's not oriented directly towards little children, right? Like, I can see it mainly being incel teenagers who play this game, which is still bad, but in today's day and age, I can't see this game having enough stimulus for the average toddler. The map itself doesn't have too many bright and neon colors, and the auras aren't exactly adorable. And it's not like they have any cute pet collectibles a kid would like. Like, if a 5-year-old saw this game, I don't think he'd be super interested. Because then that would be bad, right? A gambling game made specifically for little children and toddlers? Like, that would be really bad. But a game like that would never be made.
Tom Holland. And what the fuck?
Give me a second. Ugh, there we go. You've probably seen this guy before. But if you haven't, then let me introduce you to the living turd known as Preston, aka the owner of Pet Simulator and the game development group behind it known as Big Games. But more on him later. So what actually is Pet Simulator? Well, Pet Simulator is a game series on Roblox made up of 4 individual games. They all inherently have the same exact gameplay loop. So for this video, we're gonna focus on the most popular and recent of the 4, Pet Simulator 99. Oh hey, Pet Simulator 99 is one of those games most people would consider toddler slop. You know, games like Adopt Me and Bubblegum Simulator. Stuff you catch your 5-year-old cousin playing on his sticky iPad. So it's not exactly the most complicated of games. That being said, the main gameplay loop you follow is this. You use your pets to smack rocks and earn coins, then you take those coins to unlock better and harder areas. Those same coins can be used on upgrades like luck or mining speed, or they can also be used on eggs, which let you roll for a chance at better pets. Those better pets let you farm faster, which lets you unlock harder areas, which lets you roll more eggs, which gives you better pets, and then you do it again and again and again. Not exactly riveting gameplay, you know? I don't know, it's just not my cup of tea. It's not my thing. This isn't the worst game I've ever seen, which isn't a high bar to pass at all, but it's honestly not that bad of a game. It actually has a core gameplay loop, and the game is pretty polished. So what's the issue? The eggs. The eggs are the problem. Why is literally the main way to progress a slot machine? Why do I have to gamble if I want to improve my pets? Why do I need to roll to progress in this game? Now, I know what you're thinking.
But madam, the eggs use the in-game currency, so technically it's really not actual gambling, and it's not that bad.
And I would agree. If every broken pet wasn't locked behind eggs, you can only get through Robux. Plus, you can also buy currency, but no one really does that. Like here, for example, take a look at this deal. The pet that everybody wants is that cookie cat you see on the side right there. You know, the one with the casual 0.01% drop rate. To put that in perspective, to roll that pet you would need to roll, on average, 10,000 eggs and drop a minimum of 855,000 Robux. That's insane! A toddler doesn't even know how to count to 12! They have no idea what that number even means. And Preston knows this, alright? It ain't exactly an industry secret. He knows that his entire player base is gullible children, so he makes the game as addictive and appealing as possible to them, to siphon every possible dollar from their parents' credit cards. And here, I'm not gonna sit on a high horse and act like I wouldn't think about doing the same thing, right? The man probably makes millions, but like, you're incentivizing 5-year-olds to gamble, bro. Like,
I don't give a f about them kids. I don't give a f about you.
And just to list off a few final things, the game's entire map has flashy and neon colors. All the items and pets in the games are super cute and made to be desirable to kids. And the game even used to not show drop rates, which is crazy. No drop rate is insane. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. I don't know, man. The entire game is made to profit off of clueless children, and it's just sketchy stuff overall. But believe it or not, that's not the end of Preston's little story. Remember earlier when I told you about Preston being the founder of the group Big Games? Well, after making the absolute money printer that was Pet Simulator, they started to add the same gambling-like monetization to literally every single slop game they own. And although the other games weren't nearly as popular as Pet Sim, they were still the first major development group to make multiple over-monetized RNG games, creating the blueprint for most slop games found on Roblox today. Nowadays, people just create extremely stimulating brain rot games and add an egregious amount of monetization and gambling to get as much money as possible. And all of this is thanks to Mr. Preston. There are a ton of games out there that are just like Pet Sim and Souls RNG, and I do want to go over them. But for my very first video, it's already getting pretty long, and if I have to animate this character one more f***ing time, I might put a hole through my laptop screen. Thanks again for watching. Make sure to subscribe since I currently have 0 motion, and you know what? Let's have Roblox CEO David Baszucki have the final words.
Would you ever put a prediction market inside Roblox? Like let
It
kids
sounds
bet
very
with
fun and obvious. Like I love
Oh, to be clear, I think this is a horrible idea. I was just interested if you were...